Welcome to the bright side of aging. My name is Ike Engelbaum. I'm a pharmacist and the publisher of AmericanSeniorGazette.org. It has been wisely said, you cannot help getting older, but you can help getting old. It has also been said that age is a matter of the mind. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter. My purpose in doing the show is so that seniors and caregivers can share their ideas and questions on how we can age gracefully and in a vertical position for as long as our good genes will allow. And if we've inherited bad genes, how to outwit them. Our topics include senior housing, financial, legal, safety, travel, health issues, interesting senior events in the community, and most of all, tips on how to put old on hold. If you are 50 and above, one of the biggest decisions aside from your financial situation is where and how you should live. Our professional staff at HOW stands for House Calls on Wheels, is ready to help you if you call 888-489-8980 for a free consultation as to whether you should stay in your current home or renovate it with a customized healthcare suite in your attached garage. Yes, you can have living quarters, healthcare suite in your attached garage, or we can attach it to your home. We can install ramps, walkways, and bathtubs, stair glides, and bring in insurance-covered medical professional medical staff that is covered by your insurance, or affordable non-medical help, or move into a senior apartment. Independent, assisted living center. We can do it all, or just give us a free call. It has been wisely said that in life you fail in one of two ways. You do without thinking, or you think without doing. Please let us help you do what's best for you to do at no charge. Just call 888-489-8980. and let us know what time we can call you or visit with you at no charge. Remember, asking for help is not a weakness, but it's a strength. Please call us at 888-489-8980 and let us help you stay strong and age in dignity. For over 30 years, Cruz Hearing and Service has helped thousands of people improve their hearing and enjoy the sounds of their life again. If you don't hear as well as you like, Cruz Hearing can help you. They have actually hearing aids that the batteries do not need to be recharged. And they also have a caption phone that you can view for free. And also the phone, if you are over 65, is available to you free. So any phone calls you get, you can see captioned if you don't hear that well. Hey, they've got other stuff. If you'd like the free cookbook, call 1-888-489-8980. That's available. You can call Cruz Hearing Direct at 877-456-2789. The number direct is 877-456-2789.
Hey, you're wondering what the heck is going on. Why would I start the bright side of aging with Shari? Because guess what? I am really excited about having Shari Smith from the Ageways organization calling in. And I thought, what better approach and start could you have than, since her name is Shari, and Shari is actually in charge of SHIP, SHIP Outreach and Partnership Development Manager. Shari, is it a coincidence that everything starts with an A? Shari Smith Ship? How did all that happen? You are there, are you, Shari?
I am. Can you hear me?
Okay, well, great. I'm so glad that we have a chance to connect because I've had the joy of meeting with you on many occasions, and you certainly are a talented person, and you got all kinds of letters after your name, M.A. and then M.P.H. What does M.A. and M.P.H. as far as your credentials mean?
Well, the MA is a Master of Arts in International Development, and the MPH is a Master of Public Health and Public Health Policy and Administration.
Ah, that sounds very, very impressive to me. Good for you. And now you're with AgeWay. So let's start from the top. What is AgeWays?
So AgeWays is the new name for the Area Agency on Aging 1B. We changed the, I've got an echo. Let me unplug the speaker. Can you hear me still? I'm sorry. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, there's some phone issues there.
It's a little bit awkward.
Are you using an American phone?
There. Okay. So AgeWays is the Area Agency on Aging 1B. Area agencies on aging are funded primarily through grants from the government, the Older Americans Act. They're in every county in the country, and we renamed in January of 2024 to AgeWays because we thought it was a better name for what we do. We help people with ways to age.
Mm-hmm. Show the way on aging successfully. Now, as far as your programs are concerned, it's whatever Area Agency on Aging 1B was doing before. It's just the name that you changed. Is that right?
Exactly. That's correct.
And,
we're still doing the same thing.
Uh-huh. Now, for those people who are not aware, it is a blessing to have Area Agency on Aging because it's a national organization. There is a chapter of Area Agency all over the country. Is that correct?
Well, we're all independent nonprofits, but we all do essentially the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So at our area agency, we've got the SHIP program, which is the State Health Insurance Assistance Program, which is the new name for the MAP program. We have our information and assistance line, which is the first place people should call when they have questions for aging, about housing, about Medicaid, about clinical issues. And we've got our clinical programs that help people out as well.
Now, tell me, SHIP sounds like a very interesting name. What is it? What does SHIP stand for? SHIP.
SHIP is it's the State Health Insurance Assistance Program. It's the national name for the Medicare Assistance Program. It's the name that people will find on the back of their Medicare and U-books when they get them every year. They'll have the SHIP program and with a local number to call.
Mm-hmm. Now, when you say Medicare assistance, what does that really mean? Because I've always been told, you have an issue with Medicare, question, call 1-800 Medicare. So what does AgeWays do in terms of helping people in their Medicare program?
Well, we do some of what 1-800-Medicare does, but we do it in more depth. We will sit down individually with people. We'll spend an hour or more, if needed, to explain the different parts of Medicare, help people to understand what their choices are, look at different plans, go through pros and cons. We'll also help people if they have appeals, if they have billing issues. We do presentations out in the community. We help with fraud if they're victims of fraud or scams. So we will do more than what 1-800-Medicare does, although they provide an excellent service as well, but we'll spend a little more time with people.
Well, you know,
and the education is
not
really
to make
the key
light
part.
of it, but what you just said reminds me of one of my favorite anecdotes, that Einstein's wife was once asked if she understood all of her husband's theories. And she responded, well, let me put it this way. I could understand the words, but I could never understand the sentences. So in other words, people hear that, hey, I'm going to do this for you because you're on Medicare. So correct me if I'm wrong. What you are able to do, Shari Smith, with the SHIP program is when people read the words, you can help them understand the sentences for Medicare. Is that correct?
Exactly. The education is really the key part of what we do. We make sure people really understand their choices and the different parts, and we will spend as much time as people need. A lot of times we'll spend some time with people. We'll hang up with them. They'll call us back a week later with more questions. That's fine. We are tax dollars, and we're here to serve the community. So we're happy to talk to people about any Medicare issues that they have.
Well, I'd like to highlight the fact that you are available indeed, rather than by just telephone, that you go out to the community and give talks to different senior groups to meet in person. I'm on a quest, Shari, that you might help me, and that is on human to human being communication. So you are going to be my associate whether you like it or not, because that drives me up a wall when you call these 800 numbers and you go into voicemail with the prompts, and by the time they're done, you forgot why you called in the first place. So
well,
I will say, Ike, that when somebody calls us at our new number, which is 248-262-0545, they will most likely get voicemail with a prompt, but they will get a call back. We absolutely will get a call back. We listen to every single message, and we call every single person back. So the magic number that to call direct, repeat twice. Go ahead.
It's 248-262-0545. That's 248-262-0545.
Very good. So I still believe in the old-fashioned way. Maybe it's not old-fashioned. The standard way, better, of the 248 area code. And now, as far as the Medicare assistance program, can you explain what does the MI Options Medicare assistance program do?
Well, it's the same thing. The SHIP program is part of the My Options program. The My Options program includes the SHIP program, and it also has counselors available if people need assistance with long-term care with Medicaid. Not just long-term care policies that they might want to buy, but specifically Medicaid. And it's just been put into one program together.
Right. Now, I get these books from their wonderful government, and I say that in a positive way, and that is there are books that you have to read through a lot of stuff that's not pertinent to you. So without putting you on the spot, when someone gets those books and doesn't quite understand what it says, are you, if they call you at 248-262-0545, able to flush it out, so to speak, and explain it? Is that correct?
Absolutely, we can do that. We have a team of highly trained and certified counselors, and if they don't understand, they will find the answers for people. But more than likely, they're going to know what the answer is to the question and help people out, because there is a lot of information and it isn't all relevant. But by talking to someone, we can get a better understanding of what it is that they need, and then we can provide that information to them.
So as far as your availability, I assume it's during conventional business hours that you're available.
Correct.
Is that correct?
Correct. And then for open enrollment, we have counselors out in the community all over the place, and we start booking appointments for open enrollment in September. So people should call us, and we will go over the new plans with them and make sure they're on the right plan for 2026, if you can believe that.
Well, yeah, I believe it. And actually, what I want to reinforce is that Ageways is a nonprofit organization, and you do not charge when you have someone call. Is that correct?
Correct. Correct. Our services are completely free and unbiased.
And
we're not affiliated with any insurance company.
Unbiased is vital, because you get all of these scam calls that these marketing calls that are such a nuisance, and a lot of people many times confuse those calls with the nonprofit organization like Ageways. And you mentioned earlier, and I wanted to clarify, that if someone gets a bill that's related to Medicare and they feel it's inappropriate, do you come in as an advocate in that situation?
We don't come in as an advocate per se, but we will research it, figure out what's going on. If something is wrong, we can help them resolve the issue.
So, and again, this is for free, and what I know of the agency is that whatever you don't do, you have a referral list of the advocates that might be able to help. Is that correct?
Correct. That's correct. We never just say, sorry, we can't help you. We will say, it may not be under our umbrella.
I irritate a lot of people when they give me that kind of a response, and they say, we don't do that. So I ask a simple question: why don't you?
Generally, I can tell you go on.
This may be way out, but as you may know, I'm a pharmacist, and one of the best lessons I ever heard were from my first boss, who was very successful. Told me when he, after he welcomed me to, actually at that time was Arnold Drugs. His name was Arnold Fodman. And he said to me, Ike, as long as you work for me, when a patient comes in and asks you a question that we are not doing, you make darn sure you find out who can help them. Never say that, no, I'm sorry, we don't do that. and that is so important, because you got this the quagmire of numbers and services for seniors, and they're already in a state, frankly, that is not their best situation and their mental capacity. Why don't you tell them I don't do that? So find out somebody who does.
That's exactly
now,
what we'll do.
one more question, and that is, do you have to have Medicare already to get assistance?
No, if somebody's getting up to the age where they're going to be considering Medicare, we will provide education to them so that they can start to prepare. A lot of times the presentations that we do are for people who aren't quite ready for Medicare, but will be shortly. So, and again, if somebody calls us and we're not the right people to help them, we will get them to the right people.
Mm-hmm. Now, this is maybe off track, but I wondered, as far as qualifying for Medicare as such, I know 65 has been the magic number. Are you able to get Medicare if you're younger?
If you're disabled and have been on disability for 2 years, you can get on Medicare. Additionally, if you have certain diseases like Lou Gehrig's disease or end-stage renal disease, you can qualify for Medicare.
So
other
is
than
it
that,
safe
it's 65.
for people to call you at 248-262-0545 if they're in doubt as to whether they indeed qualify for Medicare before they're 65. Is that correct?
Correct, and we'll help them get answers to that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I always like to give out my safety number, which I give out frequently, which is 888-489-8980. That's 888-489-8980. And in fact, what I thought might be really helpful is that if you call and you get an answering machine, why not leave a time that's convenient for you to be called back? Because so many times people call and they jokingly call it phone tag. I'm not into phone tag. I'm into phone connection. So when you call and you leave a message, ideally leave a time that's convenient for you to be called back, and hopefully that helps the process of avoiding phone tags. Does that make sense?
That's a great idea, and I can tell you that we do our best to call people when they ask us to.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it takes us a day or two because, we're grant funded, and so we only have the staff that we have, and the phone calls often exceed the staff capacity to call back right away. But we do call everybody.
Right. Well, a simple answer is that everyone's got a hectic schedule, and to try to make it unhectic, if there is such a word, when you call, leave a complete message. And give it a time option, and if they don't call you back, so at least you say, hey, I didn't get the call, please try again at such and such a time. Hopefully we can solve and win at phone tag. Shari Smith, it's Ship Outreach and Partnership Development Manager. What a fantastic title for you, because you were a talented person. It's been great to have you on the air, and we'll talk again soon. Right now, we'll take a brief break, and we'll be right back. Don't go away.
If you are 50 and above, one of the biggest decisions aside from your financial situation is where and how you should live. Our professional staff at HOW stands for House Calls on Wheels, is ready to help you if you call 888-489-8980 for a free consultation as to whether you should stay in your current home or renovate it with a customized healthcare suite in your attached garage. Yes, you can have living quarters healthcare suite in your attached garage, or we can attach it to your home. We can install ramps, walkways, and bathtubs, stair glides, and bring in insurance-covered medical professional medical staff that is covered by your insurance, or affordable non-medical help, or move into a senior apartment, independent, assisted living center. We can do it all, or just give us a free call. It has been wisely said that in life you fail in one of two ways. You do without thinking, or you think without doing. Please let us help you do what's best for you to do at no charge. Just call 888-489-8980 and let us know what time we can call you or visit with you at no charge. Remember, asking for help is not a weakness, but it's a strength. Please call us at 888-489-8980 and let us help you stay strong and age in dignity. When it's time to move, don't trust all your memories and most prized possessions to just some guys with a truck. Get personalized first-class treatment from bonded and experienced moving professionals. If you're confused about all the details involved in moving from one household to another, call 1-888-489-8980. Is always the concern of who should I call about the utilities? How shall I handle my household appliances? What should I do about my pets? What do I need to handle in advance of the move? For a free brochure titled Practical Hints to Make Moving Day Easier, call Aberdeen Van Lines at 1-888-489-8980. We can even help you in selling your home or any furniture that you may no longer wish for your next move. Let Aberdeen help make your move a dream. So call 1-888-489-8980 now.
And I just want to pick up on the services of Aberdeen. Sam George is a veteran, and he actually is looking to help other veterans get into the moving business as a business opportunity. If you are a veteran and want to help not only veterans, but seniors, as I like to call it, or senior people, or seasoned people. Anyway, if you're seasoned, why not consider helping other seasoned seniors? And if you belong to a church or a nonprofit organization, and you'd like to hear more about how you can help each other, not only in your respective organization, but to reach out to veterans. We're always talking about thanks for your service. Well, how about helping them in their own needs? I have other thoughts on what we can do together, but not today. Right now, I want to wrap it up with my favorite parting thought, which is yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift. And that's why we call it the present. Please enjoy your present by looking and living life with the bright side of age.
Welcome to the Entrepreneurs Network radio show. Our mission is to interview successful entrepreneurs who are willing to share with us their ideas and experiences, both the successes and the failures. Because as it has been jokingly said, you should learn from the mistakes of others because you'll never live long enough to make them all yourself. My name is IKE ENGELBAUM, and I'm the founder of the Entrepreneurs Network of Michigan, which is a group of motivated people that are all interested in helping each other and achieving our personal and professional goals. Please check out our website, entrepreneursnetworkofmichigan.com, for meeting schedule as well as self-improvement material. Our philosophy is that if it's to be, it's up to me. If you are 50 and above, one of the biggest decisions aside from your financial situation is where and how you should live. Our professional staff at HOW, stands for House Calls on Wheels, is ready to help you if you call 888-489-8980 for a free consultation as to whether you should stay in your current home or renovate it with a customized healthcare suite in your attached garage. Yes, you can have living quarters healthcare suite in your attached garage, or we can attach it to your home. We can install ramps, walkways, and bathtubs, stair glides, and bring in insurance-covered medical professional medical staff that is covered by your insurance, or affordable non-medical help, or move into a senior apartment, independent, assisted living center. We can do it all. Just give us a free call. It has been wisely said that in life you feel in one of two ways. You do without thinking, or you think without doing. Please let us help you do what's best for you to do at no charge. Just call 888-489-8980 and let us know what time we can call you or visit with you at no charge. Remember, asking for help is not a weakness, but it's a strength. Please call us at 888-489-8980 and let us help you stay strong and age in dignity. For over 30 years, Cruise Hearing and Service has helped thousands of people improve their hearing and enjoy the sounds of their life again. If you don't hear as well as you like, Cruise Hearing can help you. They have actually hearing aids that the batteries do not need to be recharged. And they also have a caption phone that you can view for free. And also the phone, if you are over 65, is available to you free. So any phone calls you get, you can see captioned if you don't hear that well. Hey, they've got other stuff. If you'd like a free cookbook, call 1-888-489-8980. That's available. You can call Cruise Hearing Direct at 877-456-2789. The number direct is 877-456-2789.
And welcome. And I want to stress the offer if you call about a free cookbook. I should have added that the cookbooks, and a whole bunch of them are available, are actually part of Bob Allison's generation. For those of you who have heard this program, and many of you may not realize, but Bob Allison, who used to be on at this time, was a veteran. And as a veteran, he was a very giving guy. And his legacy, I'm proud to make the offer of if you call any of our sponsors and you want a free book that he had published from the listeners, by all means, you will help continue the legacy and also be a tribute to veterans. And I'm really excited about having an organization called Team Up Academy as a sponsor, and also really the mission is to help veterans get reasonable, not only reasonable, but respected type wages by being trained. And one of the real spark plugs of the organization is a specialist and actually business consulting, works for his own company called Wozniak and Associates. And guess what? His name is Gary Wozniak. Is that right, Gary Wozniak?
Yes, it is. Yeah. Thanks for having me. I'm glad to be here.
It's been a delight to get to know you in our brief meetings out there at Team Up Academy. So what a phenomenal organization that John Bones has put together over with his team. He really practices Team Up Academy. And the last time I visited, and I asked about who's this guy over here, Gary Wozniak. He said, so John said, are you kidding? He's really helped in making our organization successful. So, Mr. Gary Wozniak, my first question is, what is your background?
So my background is business ownership and consulting. I've owned a dozen of my own businesses, from pizza stores to a restaurant to a catering company. I have launched a couple of nonprofit organizations working in the job training and job placement space. I've also been working on a couple of greenhouse projects for a couple of national grocery store chains, one in Michigan and one in New Mexico. And then my consulting company, so I work with small businesses, medium-sized businesses, to help them right-size their businesses or, sometimes sell the family business, negotiate deals. And my work particularly around nonprofits is what sent me to John Bones at Team Up Academy. I got referred to him by another friend of mine at Mid-States Capital, and he was looking for a fundraiser, but before he could do any fundraising, we had to get the organization running well. And so I've been working with John for a little over a year, helping him put all the pieces in place to get it running on all 8 cylinders. It's been a real blessing to be there.
Well, I've had the privilege of knowing John for quite a while, and he's a brilliant guy. And if he decided to bring you in, you must be good.
Well, thank you.
So tell me, how effective is the work that Wozniak Associates does?
So I have managed to work with about 300 companies over a 40-year career. I've raised a little over $2 billion for those companies to make them successful.
Wow.
I guess but the biggest success is, currently what I'm doing. I'm working on a 12.5 acre hydroponic greenhouse here in Marshall, Michigan, for the Meyer grocery store chain to grow baby leaf lettuce and hire people coming out of prisons to operate the facility. And then I'm also working with Robinson Fresh out of Miami, Florida, on a 24 acre greenhouse project just outside of Albuquerque, New Mexico, to grow baby broccoli for national distribution. In the same scenario, hiring veterans and people coming out of prisons to be part of the workforce and get them integrated back into society.
Huh. Isn't that interesting?
So I guess I'm successful.
Wow, that's quite an array. This is maybe off field, but one of my friends is Dr. Joel Kahn. He's a very prominent cardiologist and a phenomenal speaker as well. And one of his seminars, the whole seminar practically was actually devoted to broccoli. How he calls it vitamin D.
Yep. Did he have the restaurant in Ferndale?
Here you're helping promote broccoli. Unfortunately, our former President Bush didn't like broccoli. Maybe that's part of the problem that he had.
Maybe.
Now,
so Dr. Kahn, didn't he have the restaurant in Ferndale, Michigan?
What's that?
Didn't Dr. Kahn have a restaurant in Ferndale?
Yeah, he did, and now he says, I'm out of the restaurant business, but he still promotes healthy eating and all. He's very talented, and he has his office in Southfield, and he specializes in how important it is to have the proper diet. And he espouses simple strategies. And to his credit, he and his wife are both devoted to that theme. And I wanted to ask you, Gary, are there special consulting gigs that pique your interest?
So I like to go into situations that have real challenges. I'm a problem solver. So I like to go into what I call messy situations. Somebody's done something with the company or a product has malfunctioned, or there's, something that's in the newspapers that's bad press, and try and fix things. Reorganize companies sometimes for sale or for, to take over ownership by the employees from the, family business. Just things that are outside the norm of building or growing a business that most people don't know how to deal with. The harder the problem, the more I'm attracted to it.
Wow. Well, in my commercial, I can't stress the importance of the tagline that I use, and that is that asking for help is not a weakness, it's a strength. And many times business professionals feel, I'll work it out, I'll try my, and they're afraid to ask for help because they feel that by asking that somehow they feel they're a loser. And it is so important that when someone like Gary Wozniak and your associates come in, you do an evaluation. You don't come in and say, boy, you're a dumb guy. Am I right?
No, I'm there. I'm there for a reason. I'm there because they invited me to come in to take a look at their business. And the hardest task that I have is getting people that have asked me for help to listen to the help. So a lot of times people will call me and they're all gung-ho. They have a problem to solve. I come up with solutions for the problem, and they revert right back going, no, I'm going to try it my way. and I mean, all you can do is go, okay. And generally I get called back.
Well, you hit on a very interesting note that I tried to promote on my own, and that is that a lot of times you hear, well, you're not listening. Well, the truth is that even if you're listening and you don't do something about what you were heard, you ain't going to get any further ahead. And then people blame it on the person that they asked to bring in for help. Once you ask for help, you have to take on the role of being a student and doing something about it, not just listening and doing the same thing you did before.
That's correct. So I find I've done consulting all over the country. I find that people in the Midwest, for some reason, are way more conservative and parochial in how they view business challenges. A lot of times they call them failures, but business challenges or things that didn't work out right. And they have a very low tolerance for people having problems or going out of business. But if you go to places like California or Texas, where they have stronger economies, particularly around technology, artificial intelligence, if you don't have a couple of business failures under your belt, when you go talk to these companies at a high level, they don't want to talk to you because they feel you don't have any real experience. And I really believe that we learn more from the problems that we tackle and the challenges that we face than we do from just everything running perfectly all the time.
This is too good an opportunity for me to pass up. As I mentioned in my previous broadcast, I'm a proud member of the Optimist Club, and anyone listening that wants to join a local Optimist Club, there's one in every part of the world, over 1.2 million members. And the reason, just from the name Optimist, it gives you an indication of the type of people that show up. And everybody that's successful, at least in my club, and I'm sure it's in other clubs, has shared that they had to fail before they became successful. And so many people, reason they fail is that when they bring in somebody like Gary Wozniak and he tells them, here's what you should do, and they don't, they blame it on Gary. Blame it on the fact that you didn't do anything.
Right. That happens a lot.
Right, and
but think about it. It happens in people's personal lives too.
What's that?
So when people come out of the military and they come to Team Up Academy, they have a very negative image of what they've done in military service, and they believe that they can't translate their skills back into the workforce and back into their community. And a lot of times it's not even teaching the veterans, skill sets to go, let's say, do defense manufacturing or aerospace manufacturing. It's really resetting their mind to get into that optimistic, positive framework and thinking really great about themselves, not just as a veteran who helped defend our country, but that's got some skill sets that will really be beneficial to the community and their families.
Right. Well, what I was really impressed with, you've had a couple of open houses, and I hope you have another one soon, because I can't imagine anybody that comes out to Team Up Academy, which is right in Warren, Michigan, right around 14 Mile in Van Dyke. You've got it's almost like a school, and you actually have machinery that's being used by many manufacturers, and you are trained right on the spot. They got a 30-day boot camp program, as I understand. Is that correct, Jerry?
Yeah, yes.
And the point is that you are trained as a veteran, and then you go that extra step and find them positions where they can make as much as $25 an hour, which is a heck of a lot better than the minimum wage, being a greeter at Walmart or something.
There's a huge demand, Ike, for advanced manufacturing jobs. Probably 400,000 to 500,000 empty positions for people to go work on machine tools in just in Macomb County alone. There's 1,400 companies, small and medium-sized businesses, that all they do is Department of Defense contracting.
Wow.
And they make parts for the military, they make parts for border security, they make parts for, police and SWAT teams, and they can't find enough qualified candidates. So anybody that's interested, not just veterans, but anybody that's interested in learning those skills and being able to take them into the marketplace and starting salaries. We just had a company call us the other day. They're starting people for $27 an hour to learn heavy equipment maintenance in operation. That's good money.
Well, if you're Mr. Fix-It type or want to be taught on being a Mr. Fix-It type, you actually have a hands-on training program. This isn't stuff in a textbook. You're actually doing stuff.
Yeah.
And if there are any other companies out there that are looking for trained type of people, and add to that, you don't have to necessarily just be a veteran to call Team Up. You can actually call our toll-free number, 888-489-8980, and I can put you in touch with Gary, whose number direct is 313-737-3710. The truth is that opportunities are there if you're trained, and what's in for a potential spot by an employer is the employer is assured that you're sending qualified, trained people to actually get in on the run and not have that initial frustration of finding out whether they're good or not. Is that a good description, Gary?
That's correct. Yes. So one of the key things that employers have is finding people that have already been vetted and trained. So are they appropriate for the job? Do they have the mindset to go work with a group of people they don't know? Can they work in a plant and be successful? Can they operate, high-lows or forklifts or those sorts of things, right? And instead of going to a temp agency that just puts bodies in place, we put trained people in place that have the skills and the mindset to go into that work environment.
Right. And the offer is unbelievable because whatever fee that you're charged, if the initial person doesn't work out, they'll send you a replacement until you are satisfied with the right person. I mean, you can't ask for a better offer than that. So if you're an employer in a manufacturing business and you want to have trained potential employees with the assurance that if they don't work out, you don't have to start getting on the phone and trying to screen people that have the same story. And, they say many people, when they send out a resume, it's the closest thing to perfection that you'll ever read. But tell me, Jerry, since you've been around the block, what's your thought on how can Michigan compete and start to grow its population and attract talent into the manufacturing sectors?
So I think that Michigan can do a lot of things. The top things that come to mind is we need to go back in time, back to when Rick Snyder was governor, and reenact a couple of his laws, become right to work, reduce the corporate tax, encourage people that are graduating from our schools and other schools to stay here, and incentivizing businesses, not with tax breaks, but giving them, an opportunity to get their employees and new employees trained. The second thing that I think the state could do is actually start working with veterans, military bases around the country, and also prisons around the country, because there's training programs behind the walls, to ask people if they're willing to relocate to Michigan for good-paying manufacturing sector jobs. And I really believe that if you encourage those two things, a lot of people will start taking a look at Michigan differently. I think the third thing is that we don't market Michigan well compared to other states like Indiana and Ohio. We try and attract people here by tourism, but what we really should be doing is attracting people here, particularly younger people, by the types of jobs that are available. Aerospace is exciting. Okay, the space war stuff is exciting. Artificial intelligence and computers that are happening with mobility is exciting. So people need to understand and hear the message that we're not just about auto manufacturing.
And that is such a great message. I wish I could get Gretchen Whitmer on the line. Can you help? Can you help make that happen? It certainly would be a help.
Yeah, I don't think she's going to listen to that message.
Well, listen, she's running now, possibly for president, so that her spot might be open.
There you go.
Well, you know what I was really impressed with, and you mentioned it earlier, is that when many of these academies that you have give you the theoretical textbook type stuff, which is great and is absolutely necessary, but nothing beats the hands-on training of something you're actually going to be doing.
Yep.
That's what Team Up Academy is all about. And I want to add something that I think is important, is that the people that I met at the open houses that you have are veterans and people that actually you can share what frustrations you may have, and they can help you and your particular frustrations and defrustrate if there is such a thing.
Yeah, no, it's almost like workplace group therapy.
Yeah, absolutely. And the mind.
We have a Team Up has a mentoring program where we try and give people access to a mentoring program through a local church that we're affiliated with, Renewal Church in Warren. And the director there is a master's level social worker, licensed social worker, and they have church members that work with our people, and depending on what their challenge is, so if it's a housing issue, if it's a transportation issue, if it's a mental health issue, they align them with resources in the community to help them with their problems. So it's not just about the job training, it's about getting them prepared so that when they do get a job, they don't have other issues that are influencing them that may prevent them from being productive.
That is so vital. I don't want to pass up this opportunity for one of my favorite anecdotes, which comes from the Bible, since you brought up churches and stuff, and that is that how many times have you heard that give a man a fish and he has food for one meal? Teach a man how to fish and he can eat forever. My theory is, even if you teach some people how to fish, you still won't get the fish until they get a fishing pole, they get bait, and know where the fish are. Okay? So Team Up Academy not only teaches you, but they actually follow the process. And if you as an employer are not happy with the candidate, they'll suggest another candidate that you may be happy. So this way it's a win-win-win deal. So if you want to win with your company, call Gary Wozniak from Wozniak and Associates at 313-737-3710. Gary Wozniak, I look forward to sharing a sandwich with you again soon. Have a great day.
Sounds good, Mike. Thanks for having me today.
Yeah, thank you. Right now, I want to wrap it up with my favorite parting thought, which is if you really want to get anything done in life, you'll find a way. And if you don't,
amen,
you'll find an excuse. And there is no excuse for not achieving your dreams and goals in America, because it is the greatest country in the whole world. Remember, a goal is just a dream with a deadline.